Welcome back once again to Swanky Disc Reviews. We are posting a review every single day in the month of October 2024, and today we have the PA-3. We're taking it back to basics. This is the Prodigy PA-3, possibly one of the more loved putters of all time. It's starting to get up there with things such as the AVR and the P2 from Discmania. There have been a lot of very notable players who have putted with PA-3s over the years. Right now, the foremost example of that is Isaac Robinson, two-time world champion, known for controlling his angles supremely well and also known for his incredible putting. He makes PA-3s look like the best putters on the planet. And I have used PA-3s before in certain challenges, but I want to go a little bit more in depth today. I've never really thrown them. I've heard they're good throwers, so I have a few PA-3s. We're going to putt with them a little bit. I'm going to tell you what I think. I'll start off by saying Prodigy took a while before they decided to actually use flight numbers. They were holdouts for some reason. They decided to come up with their own kind of system on how to go about things. And anytime I thought of the PA-3, I really thought the flight numbers were more overstable than this. The numbers they gave it are 3301. So I am curious to see how it flies. Like I said, haven't really spent a lot of time throwing them, but a brand new PA-3 putting with it felt more like either a 2-speed or a 2-glide or something a little bit more overstable than these numbers. The PA-3 I feel like is known for having a very comfortable depth of the rim. It's not too deep, not too shallow. It has a very heavy bead, and many of you might know, but beaded putters versus non-beaded putters is quite the divide. If you're a really big fan of beaded putters, I genuinely believe the best two options out there for you are either the Wizard and the PA-3, and to me they feel kind of similar, with the Wizard maybe having a little bit more of a shallow hand feel, and the PA-3 maybe having more of a fat bead. You can see this on the camera. The bead on this is massive, and the bead is this line of plastic on the inside of the rim. Let's give it a few throws, give it a few putts, and see how we feel. So this is pretty much what I expected. First off, the flight is great, super useful. I'm a firm believer that it is very, very valuable to learn how to throw your putting putters. It just makes for really comfortable, low pressure shots. And this is no exception, and I really like the flight you get out of these. It just feels so much like a 2-speed to me, and that is super subjective, I guess. But thinking about other discs with the same flight numbers, a disc like the Sensei, I guess the Envy is technically 3.3, -1.2, but basically the same thing. I get completely different flights out of throwing those, like night and day different flights. This flies much more like a 2-speed. And I think even the 0-1 stability is right. I think you could probably get some flip up out of this if you're really ripping on it. Overall, they feel great. And of course, putting with them feels phenomenal. I'm not gonna lie, I go back and forth between beaded and non-beaded. I think I'm an outlier there. I kind of like both. But as far as beaded putters go, this and the Wizard truly are ahead above everything else. Not gonna tell you that switching to a PA-3 will improve your game, but if you are an amateur disc golfer looking for a putter to sit on and not switch putters all the time, ones that you can be confident in, they're not gonna get too affected by the wind, but they're also not some sort of weird, crazy, overstable putter to putt with, PA-3s are pretty sweet. Definitely try them out, especially this new fractal plastic. Feels incredible. It's a little bit softer, so it might beat in quicker. Really beautiful too. Pretty sweet plastic. Very cool disc. Again, going back to the basics here, but let me know what you guys think. What are you putting with? And we will see you in the next one. Stay swanky.